The Federal Reserve will announce the results of its annual stress tests on March 7th and publish the review a week later. The test is a key item for investors because the Fed's review will decide whether banks can return money to investors through dividends and share buybacks. Many banks are itching to improve their payouts this year. Most banks have improved overall capital ratios since last year's tests. Banks this year are also receiving feedback from the Fed during the testing process, allowing them to adjust their capital plans to gain immediate approval from the Fed. Last March, Citigroup, SunTrust, and Fifth Third Bancorp had their plans rejected by the Fed and weren't able to resubmit them until August. Citigroup and Bank of America are each paying quarterly dividends of just a cent, and they didn't buy back shares during 2012. With both companies continuing to go through major transitions, opinion is mixed on the level of capital returns investors can expect this year. JP Morgan analyst Vivek Januja said in a report that Citigroup might be able to increase its quarterly dividend as high as 20 cents and that Bank of America could potentially increase its quarterly dividend to 4 cents. He expects over $4 billion in share repurchases for Citigroup through 2014, while Bank of America may come just shy of that number as well. Still, Oppenheimer analyst Chris Kotowski cautions investors from being too optimistic. Many analysts feel stress tests could be a catalyst for bank stocks regardless of how big payouts are, as the test proved to be last year. UBS expects the bulk of the capital returns will be through share buybacks, having dividend payouts capped at about 30% of profits. That is a big contrast from banks in Europe. Firms like Santander, BBVA have high payouts and show up on dividend yield screens, while SocGen, Deutsche Bank, Barclays, and UBS are all projecting payouts of about 50% of earnings in coming years. Still, the exercise of stress testing was a reaction to over-aggressive capital deployment prior to the crisis. For that reason, investors may be wise to focus on the moderate but growing dividend yields in the U.S., in contrast to riskier payouts made by European counterparts. For TheStreet, this is Antoine Gara.